What the hell is that? What is this, Wayne's World? What the hell is that?
On that blue ocean floor. Oh shit.
Garrett, what the hell are you doing, buddy?
Just playing along to a Justin Timberlake song. It's Blue Ocean Floor.
Really? What album is that from?
The 2020 edition from side 1. Have you heard it?
We should review it.
Okay.
So we all know the fabled story from English class of the Ides of March in 2013 when Justin Timberlake released the 2020 Experience album. Great album. And Debatable, obviously. Definitely like par 4 for what we're going.
It's as debatable as when people say that mayonnaise is not the best condiment.
I definitely want to punch people in the face when they say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like mustard, if you're going to come at me with that, ketchup,
Right.
It's mayo or bust.
It's mayo or bust.
Mayo or bust. But, so yeah, Justin Timberlake's 2020 album. We're here to talk about it a little bit.
Yes, we are. It's a little different.
It is a little
because,
different.
you know, when we did our retrospective on One Hot Minute,
Yeah.
that was more of, okay, we both heard this, but let's really give it a fresh listen.
Yeah.
With new ears, more mature ears, and really delve into what makes this album different. Is it good? Is it bad? This is more of a, we both love this album, so let's gush about it for like 20 minutes.
So get ready. Justin Timberlake will be your hype man any day you want.
Yes. So let's give a little bit of backstory.
Yeah.
I grew up as a kid, NSYNC favorite band, NSYNC posters on the wall. I had frosted tips in my hair because Justin did.
No way,
Yeah.
did you really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's amazing.
I mean, spiky in the front, full spike, frosted, and I just absolutely loved NSYNC t-shirts, statues, you know, everything you could ever have from those guys. So when NSYNC broke up, that was like one of the roughest days of my life. Right?
Fanboy heartbreak.
Yeah, up there with when Justin and Britney broke up.
Oh, dude, and then just the denim.
Yes.
How is he ever going to wear denim again?
I know.
Who's he going to wear a full suit of denim with when they broke up?
Right.
You can't do that.
I obviously was very excited for his solo career.
Yeah.
This was his third outing solo, you know, and he'd had some hits.
Yeah.
You know, even the previous album, Future Sex Love Sounds.
Yep.
That's 2 albums in a row, or 2 videos in a row we mentioned the word sex.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that's what we want to keep going.
Yeah. That's why check us out on onlyfans.com/onlymansmayo.
Onlyman's Mayo. Mayo and
That
bust.
sounds so disgusting.
Oh boy. Hashtag Mayo and bust. All right. not on track at all.
Not on track at all.
So, dude, when this album came out, he had some hits.
Yeah.
But this was kind of a make or break moment, in my opinion, because music had been changing so much.
Yeah.
We were falling, in 2013, we were kind of leaving that sort of post-hardcore time where, you know, a lot of those kind of like emo type genres were starting to fade a little bit.
Yep.
And pop was really coming back.
Huge. Yeah.
And so this album, to me, was a breaking point.
Yeah.
Is Justin Timberlake going to go full pop, new music, like you know, the groups like Coldplay were doing at the time, stuff like that?
Yeah.
Or is he going to stick to his guns and keep doing something different?
Yeah.
And this album is really refreshing because it is so different than mainstream.
So different, yeah.
The songs are long. The songs go through different genres. They're all like 2-part songs.
Yep.
They're very difficult to play on the radio songs.
Yes.
Even though he still, you know, he had a few singles from
They're
this.
not the most radio-friendly songs.
Right.
But from a listening perspective, they are fantastic. Not to interrupt, but yeah, keep going. Yeah.
No, I mean, that was it. It was just, you know, for me as a Justin Timberlake fan, NSYNC fan, this was a big moment. I remember being in college, and I came home and stayed with my buddies for a couple days, and Suit and Tie had just come out, and they showed it to me, and we were kind of excited about that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, as the album came out, they released, you know, Mirrors and Tunnel Vision, and then the album dropped, and I remember buying, like, the deluxe version that came with a couple extra songs. And this album was just awesome at that time. Like, it's all I listened to.
Yeah.
My wife always says, like, this is one of her favorite albums. It's just a lot of nostalgia for me on this one.
Yeah.
And I love this album. Happy to talk about it. What's your story with 2020 experience?
So, you know, it's interesting. Growing up, my mom and sister were like every other, just young
Yeah.
woman at the time, and just head over heels for Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
And so I remember, same with like NSYNC, when they played on the Today Show, I'm pretty sure like broke my mom's brain. Like and it was back when we had a VHS player, and my mom would record it on a VHS player and then keep watching it over and over.
Well, they would do this really sexy thing where they'd show up and they'd have like 5 stools.
Yes.
And it would just kind of like a cappella blow your mind.
All turn around at the same time kind of stuff. And so like my mom was head over heels with them, played them all the time. And it's funny because I listened to my dad's music, and what he gave me is just mixed tapes with like, also you'd have a Pulp Fiction soundtrack song, and then I'd have like Kid Rock on it. So definitely it was like weird, but I remember I stole all of my dance moves from watching NSYNC live. And for some reason I just remember them doing this, and that was the only thing that I did as a little kid. They'd be like, Garrett, go dance. And that was all I knew, but I saw NSYNC do it, so it must be cool.
It must be cool.
Yeah. And so I, like, when they kind of broke up, I was like, oh, sorry, Mom. But to me, it wasn't, like, heartbreaking. And then I remember, obviously, he went solo, Rock My Body, fantastic song. Rock Your Body? Rock Your Body? Gonna rock your body?
Yeah.
Rock
Your Body.
Second word, body. And great.
And who can forget the Super Bowl performance with
Janet
Jackson at that year's Super Bowl?
Yeah.
That was a big moment for me as a child as well.
That was life-changing a little bit.
I mean, you can, not to interrupt, but you can imagine my mom, you know, hearing that Justin Timberlake's going to do the halftime show, knowing that I'm a massive NSYNC fan, devastated that the band broke up.
Yep.
This is healing for me.
Yeah.
So we all go to watch it. And then he rips her costume. Best moment of my life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was funny. Yeah, I could. Oh, okay. That's a whole another tangent on that one.
Right.
But
he also had Cry Me a River on that album as well.
Did he really? Oh, I didn't know it was that far. Okay.
Yeah.
Really interesting. I don't know why I didn't know that. Then he came out with his next album, Sexy Back. Lots of fun. And it's funny because
really good songs.
Ton of good songs. Ton of radio singles that literally, if you were switching radio stations, one of them was always playing at one point.
Right. Yeah.
And my like little brother, who is 8 years younger than me, is like 4 or 5 and knows Dirty Babe. Like, and he's sitting in the backseat and we're all turning around like, what did he just say? And so when 2020 came out, it's weird. I didn't really listen to it. In 2013, we had just graduated high school, and I was, still playing guitar and definitely on like a rock journey. And it was funny. I loved That Girl. That's probably one of my like favorite songs.
Yeah.
And it's one of my like favorite songs, probably of all time too. It's amazing.
Right.
And it's funny. I remember you and I talking one day. We're coming back from a Mariner game one night, and I'm pretty sure my girlfriend was in the car too. And I turned on. I have a little playlist for her. It's just like Justin Timberlake and John Mayer.
Nice.
And
set the mood.
Yeah, exactly. With you in the back seat. You know, great times.
It set my mood for sure.
And I was getting something that night. Okay, whether you or And so
did the Mariners win?
I don't know. I have no idea. We probably did our walk down.
We did our lucky walk down the garage, back up.
Oh no, we went down too many floors.
We probably won.
We probably did. And but one of their songs came on, and I distinctly remember to this day, and it's one of my first thoughts whenever anyone brings up this album. And I don't know why it's so ingrained in me. I think it just kind of blew my mind to like hear you say this. You were like, oh dude, I love this album. Strawberry Bubblegum and Blue Ocean Floor are like some of my favorites.
Yeah. And
I kind of like thought you were half joking because they're like 2 of the slowest songs on there. And I remember vividly laughing. And you're like, dude, yeah, I love those songs. And I was like, he really genuinely does. And I was like, oh shit. I would have been like, oh, he really likes like some of the other ones that are a little more like rhythmically for you. Yeah. Because I think they'd be more fun. And I don't know why that's so ingrained in me. And then, but as I started listening to it more, Spaceship Coupe, and I kind of got into more like a big funk realm of I was listening to like Pum and Funkadelic, who just blend like gospel, Motown, and funk. And to me, this album captures so much of that. And so when I started getting back into this of like, oh, songs can have stories and all this like really fun stuff. And here's a song that's about space and kind of, I don't know, very like not pop songs, because they're 8-minute stories almost. And I love Spaceship Coupe. Spaceship Coupe and That Girl to me are like some of my 2 favorite songs.
Dude, yeah, I love pretty much every song on this album. I mean, I say pretty much, it's every song.
Yeah.
What I love about this album is it's like 75 minutes.
Dude,
like
yes,
it is
it's
long.
so long, yeah.
I'm so tired of bands today, in kind of the digital music age.
Yeah.
They're happy to put out 1 or 2 songs at a time.
Yeah.
And a lot of times you'll see albums that run like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can't even drive to work.
Yeah.
Before having to change the CD.
Yeah. Here's 10 2.5 to 3 minute long songs.
Right.
And have fun.
Yeah.
They're perfectly crafted for radio.
Right. And that's exactly right.
Yes.
They're perfect for radio hits.
Yeah.
And here Justin is in that era, and he comes out with a really difficult radio album.
Yeah. Well, and it's crazy because reading up on it, him and Timberland recorded this in 20 days.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, absolutely unfathomable. You're like, because every song is 7.5 minutes, except for maybe 2 or 3, which are like 4. And those songs they're all a 2-part song, like you had mentioned, and they change. Like, all of a sudden you get halfway through, and the song it continues its course, its like theme, but the entire music changes. And you're like, we just entered a whole new song, and they did all this within 20 days.
I know. Dude, it's incredible too because the lyrics are so well thought out and tasteful and interesting and different that you'd think that it would take you a lifetime to come up with these ideas, these crazy loony ideas to melt down into an album. And you know, the other thing you got to think about too is then they did it again with the second part. Yes, which we're not going to talk about today. Yeah, but it's not enough to just do it once. Yeah, then they just went and did it again. Yeah. So, dude, let's start talking about some of the songs. So, what are what's your favorite songs?
So my
top like 2 or 3.
Absolute 2 for sure are going to be That Girl and Spaceship Coupe. I don't know why.
Nice.
I just absolutely love those songs. The rhythms on That Girl, and the intro too, when the guy's like, all right, everybody, we got JT and the Tennessee Kids, and come on! And it really does feel, it kind of takes you back a little bit when you first hear that, and then with just the band, it's so different. It's not electronic music. It's not 4 chords put over and over and over again. It's just these filthy little licks and stuff going on, and it's really just, like I said, it kind of takes me back to a different time almost, where I'm in a tiny little club, and out comes this tiny band that no one knows about and just slays an awesome song.
I know. The guy calls him up and just comes up and he has like a shy like,
yes,
hi. You know, it's so good. That song is like lyrically ahead of its time. You know, his voice is incredible. The vibe that puts off, the dancing, the movement that song makes you do is just bar none, dude. Yeah. And the instrumentation with like the saxophones and all this stuff is so good. Yes. And that's a really good example of a song that probably gets forgotten about on the album because it's a later track and you're probably gonna, I think the next track might even be like Mirrors or something. So, people might skip over that one to get to the one that they know. Mirrors is next. Yeah, so that's a good pick.
Yeah, I love that one, and it's kind of funny because you go from, for my top 2, you go from that one, which takes you in like, I literally feel like I'm in a small town bar in like Southeast.
Well, they even have States. Like the background noise.
Yes, yeah. And then my next favorite song is Spaceship Coupe, and I feel like you could close your eyes, and not that I do drugs, but if I was doing drugs, I could lay there and listen to this, and it would literally transport me off to another dimension. Like I would feel like I'm actually in a coupe with Justin Timberlake, and he's serenading me a little bit. Yeah. Right? Given I already kind of feel that way already, just being completely sober, but like it's funny because he follows it up with, not follows it up, but you have Blue Ocean Floor and Strawberry Bubblegum, and those songs too teleport you so far away, especially from what JT is known for doing. Right. And takes you just on a journey. It takes you through a little trip of, I'm going to space everything out, and this isn't going to be the JT that you know. It's such an experimental album, I feel like.
Dude, I mean, let's just go down the list. I mean, it goes from some really more, not fully a cappella, but very vocal-driven songs to Suit and Tie is very much like a mixture of hip hop with a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You've got some of those songs that, like Don't Hold the Wall.
Yeah.
Very like Latin inspired. Yep. Strawberry Bubblegum goes from like a kind of a slower pop into bossa nova.
Yeah.
And
at the very end.
Dude, it's just like you've got jazz, you've got Motown, you've just got this amazing array of genre that I don't know that many people could pull off. Even top tier artists could pull off, and not only pull off, but make it commercially successful and interesting that everybody will give it a chance. Yeah. Because the Rolling Stones could come out with a pop album, and that doesn't mean that anybody's going to listen to it. Yep. So when Justin comes out with a Motown funk album, that doesn't mean that people are going to like it, but people really did. Yeah. So I don't know that he got lucky. I think that he just absolutely killed it. Yep. And I mean, credit to him. Yeah.
Well, and it's funny because, all the songs are so rhythmically driven, and I think that also is a huge part of it, is whether or not you like the not pop songs, is some of it is just, you kind of hear it, and you hear the Latin a little bit, the Latin rhythm, you hear the bossa nova, and you just want to kind of move a little bit, and sometimes that's all you're looking for, is just something, they're all very, for the most part, very happy songs, and they just kind of make you like cheery and move, and sometimes that's what you look for. When you go to a concert, you want to just have great music that you're going to move and vibe to. And speaking of Justin Timberlake and live music, I saw him live a couple years ago, and it was one of the best performances. It's not a live concert. It is a performance through and through, and it was impeccable. It was absolutely amazing. It was great. Yeah. It was fantastic.
Dude, that's good to hear. I mean, I think a lot of people have probably seen the Netflix special that he did for this tour. Yeah. I mean, the guy he absolutely kills it. That's like this is kind of a different topic, but for me, there's always that like NSYNC Backstreet Boys rivalry. Yeah. But it's really no contest. Yeah. Because like musically, creatively, vocally, NSYNC is here while Backstreet Boys is here. Yep. And it really shows when you see just one piece of that group being one of the top tier world performers.
Seriously, yeah.
And dude, I don't know. I mean, there's so many little intricacies. Like Spaceship Coupe kind of has that girl in the background. Yeah. That's kind of doing her thing the whole time, switching back and forth like emotions and heavy breathing and different things. And it's like those little things that he puts in there. Yeah. That make it so unique. That I love.
Well, and it's really cool because he throws a guitar solo in that song, and I can always distinctly remember that guitar. Yeah. And no other JT song that I know of has a guitar solo. Right. And as a guitarist, I love that part too. I'm like, yes, like he can play this with a full band, and the other sound effects too. I mean, some of it sounds like he just went around the studio and found objects that he can make sounds with. Like I'm pretty sure at one point he has like a cash register. Yeah. I mean, that's only what he's like. I feel like they just put a mic to it. It's so experimental and different.
That's like Blue Ocean Floor is like a camera.
Yeah. Yes.
Consistently clicking and moving, and it's just it's amazing. And I mean, God, we can just gush forever. I mean, like Don't Hold the Wall. Yeah. Is another one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I never asked you your top 2 or 3. So.
Well, you already mentioned it. It's Strawberry Bubblegum and Blue Ocean Floor.
Oh, sorry.
And then I would probably say Don't Hold the Wall.
Okay.
Because that song is so drum inspired. Yes. So for me as a drummer to hear the constant rhythms moving, and then he can move it from some rhythmically quick Latin inspired song to this just kind of hip hop dance inspired one at the end, and they've got that kind of banter voiceover of the, well, how do you like it? You shouldn't have to ask me that question, And like that's like going while they're playing like this like 808 groove and keeping the rhythm going, and oh dude, it's so many layers at one. Like that's what he's done. He's made like 118 layer dip. Yeah. And all of it's good. Like you got the biggest chip in the world.
Your potato chip couldn't handle it.
It broke immediately. but yeah, it's just I don't know. It's so refreshing. Yes. Because not to go on a rant here, but so much of modern radio music that plays on top tier, I won't call them top tier, but popular stations is all the same. Yep. And they don't test the waters. They don't try anything. Yeah. And so when Justin Timberlake comes out with an album to follow up, songs like Sexy Back that are culturally always going to be relevant. Yeah. there's a lot of pressure there.
Yeah.
And so for him to take a risk and do something totally different, because I think most people probably only know Suit and Tie and Mirrors from this album because those played on the radio.
Yep.
And he probably only gets half credit for Suit and Tie.
Yeah.
And so I guess for to leave so many other songs off the radio and take a risk like that was big.
Yeah.
And he did it with open arms and really dug into it and killed it and made probably one of my top 5, top 10 favorite albums of all time.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting because he could have kind of gone back to, on his next album, he could have kind of gone back to let's make radio hits, and he came out, Man of the Woods is the next album, right?
Well, yeah, there's 2020, and then there's the second 2020, and then there's
Man of the Woods. And it's kind of funny because I even feel like he kind of experimented a little bit with that one. He went a little more towards the pop stuff.
He pissed me off with that one.
Yeah, I remember waking up and they were like, Supplies came out today, and I was like, I really didn't like Supplies.
I know.
I was really, not to get into that one, but
I know.
He definitely experimented, and I didn't really feel that one very much.
Yeah, if you want to see us listen to that one, we'll do it, but we won't be happy about it. But I'll give him that one.
Yeah.
Because he already did this one.
Yep.
I'll let him have his cake and eat it too, because he already gave me cake.
Yep. Yeah.
And so, who cares?
Yeah, I had a good time.
He's delivered enough hits to me that, I'm happy about it. Like, I used to be a really big Coldplay fan. Absolutely loved Coldplay from the beginning. Really fell in love with X and Y, then kind of went back and listened to the other ones. Loved the Viva La Vida album and Milo Xyloto. And then they have gone completely off the deep end on the pop side.
Yeah.
And I can't stand them.
Yeah.
I cannot stand Coldplay now.
Yeah.
But they kind of earned it. They earned the ability to do whatever the hell they want.
Yep.
Because they've already given us, 5 or 6 albums that we can go back to anytime.
Yeah.
And so when I look at modern music, I don't get too hung up on that.
Well, and it's kind of funny because, like, Weezer fan. I am absolutely blue, red, green. I want to hear those albums, and that's what I want to listen to. And Weezer still is producing albums. And if you're an old school Weezer, it's almost like, I almost kind of feel like Weezer and Star Wars fans are pretty alike. Like, if you're a fan of the original trilogy, a hardcore 80s, 70s kid, you probably hate the next part of Star Wars trilogies. I almost feel the same way. I'm like, I love the first 3 albums, and the rest of them, I'm not going to give any credit. I'll give a couple.
I'll give
here
and there.
When I go see Weezer, though, they know what people come to listen to, and they play a lot of blue, green, red. And same with when I saw JT, or if you were to go see Coldplay, like when they did the Super Bowl, obviously a little bit different on the Super Bowl, but they're going to play the songs that you know and love.
Yes.
And then if you want to, you're a hardcore fan, you like their other stuff, you like their experimental stuff, you can still go do that. They can still do that. When you go see them live, they know what you're there to see.
See, sports and music are so different.
Yeah,
you say hardcore fan, and I think, what does it mean to be a hardcore fan? Like, for us as Mariners fans, Seahawks fan, we're pretty hardcore Mariners fans because they have been rough for the last 20 years.
Let me say real fast, Spencer is way more. This guy can tell you the roster for a Mariner team going back since before he was born. Okay?
But it doesn't mean that you don't love the Mariners and go to, if we could have Mariners games, we wouldn't go to several Mariners games a year, dozens of Mariners games that one summer.
Yeah.
It's so different in sports fandom because in sports, you just love your team tried and true through the thick and thin if you call yourself a hardcore fan.
Yeah.
I don't believe in that for music because music changes constantly. It's like if the Seahawks moved to Oklahoma, not to bring up the Sonics because fuck me, but
of all the states,
of all the places for me to name,
49 states.
I screwed myself there. It'd be different.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how music is. Like, Coldplay was in a different spot in the late '90s, early 2000s than they are now. As far as how they create music, how they think.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to still call myself a Coldplay fan because I love early Coldplay.
Yeah.
But I don't think it does. I don't think that means I'm not a hardcore Coldplay fan because I am. I just hardcore hate their new shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. It just it drives me crazy. You're getting me going. You're getting me going on this, but I'm gonna do it, folks. I'm gonna do it. We're
power through.
We're doing it.
We're here and we're stuck.
Okay. Listen up, fuckers. I listen to.
We either just lost all 4 subscribers or we doubled.
Everybody in the release video is like commenting, "Oh no." I listen to a radio station called 107.7 The End, and a lot of people do around here. Yeah. They call themselves alternative radio. That's their genre. Yep. Which, if you don't know, alternative is short for alternative rock, not alternative to pop. Alternative rock. And they also say new music discovery. Yeah. That's their whole thing. Is their alternative music, new music discovery. We're gonna show you guys new bands, new songs you've never heard. But then they play like 2 Foo Fighters songs, a couple Nirvana songs, and an old Green Day song, and then they give you all new pop music.
Yep. Here's Lord, the Lumineers, and
like Billie Eilish.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Great music, great artists. Nothing wrong with that music.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, but
That's
you
not
cannot
new music.
You cannot call yourself new music discovery, alternative rock, and give me 15 Billie Eilish songs a day. I get in the car in the morning, it's Billie Eilish, and I love Billie Eilish. I get in the car at night, it's Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
I would love to hear Billie Eilish on pop radio or on Top 40.
Yeah.
But she is not new music discovery.
No.
Everybody has heard Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
I really started listening to 107.7 like in high school.
Yeah.
They play the same shit that they played in 2013 that they do now.
Yep.
And it's
No,
annoying.
So true.
Nobody
so
discovers shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but if you're going to call yourself new music discovery, then nut the fuck up and play new bands, because Green River College Radio, the college kids that run a goddamn radio station, they give you new music from local bands. Yep. It's a lot of punk rock, hardcore. It's a lot of stuff that you might be turned off from, but it's local music that is Seattle to a T.
Yep.
And it's new all the time. They've got female singers, male singers, every genre.
Yeah.
Mostly rock.
Yeah.
That is what 107.7 The End should be.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right.
And instead, they are fucking maybe not top 40. They're like top 50 to 80.
Yeah.
And that annoys the shit out of me. And to tie this back in, that's what I love about this album by Justin Timberlake, because he didn't make top 40.
Yes.
He took a risk. He made new music discovery for people. I'm not even giving you a sponsor. New music discovery to people that maybe have never given Motown a chance, but they like Sexy Back.
Or you like Justin Timberlake, or you like NSYNC, and you want to hear his new album. This is a great introduction to other stuff.
This is a perfect album, not just for Justin Timberlake fans, but for music fans to learn what they like and what they don't like. Yeah. To move forward. It's just that rant was amazing, but
it's really cool because you see Justin Timberlake become a solo artist, and they say you need to follow NSYNC and be even bigger than them. So make your radio hits. And then he finally got his creative freedom to make beautiful music that can speak to anyone, whether or not you like pop or not. This isn't pop. I mean, you can like it no matter what music you like.
Right, and whatever mood you're in.
Yes.
You know, you can listen to Blue Ocean Floor, and if you're feeling down, and that song will help you in that mood to whatever you need to flesh out. Yeah. It's got powerful love songs, really well written love songs. Yes. It's got really, happy hype songs. Yep. It's got everything you need. Yeah. You know, some albums you get where it's a couple hype songs and then it's all ballads or, whatever it might be. Yeah. This album, it just has everything in every way. Yeah. And I'm giving it the Spencer score of 11 out of 10.
Ooh. Wow, didn't know. Did we score the last one?
Maybe.
I think we did,
I gave it like an 8.
Yeah, I think we did.
What do you... 11 out of 10 for me?
What do you give it? I don't know if I can give it a full 10. I love it. The songs that I love are top tier songs for me.
Okay, let's talk about this then. We should have talked about this earlier, but what songs don't you like? Don't piss me off here, bro.
I know, yeah. I'll name the two that we haven't mentioned at all that I definitely am not a huge fan of. Okay. And it's Dress On and Body Count.
Well, those are the bonus tracks.
Oh, are they? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So if you got the normal album, those are not on. Those are the 2 tracks that aren't on it. Okay. But if you got the deluxe, those are the 2 tracks that are, because those are 11 and 12 on the track list.
Okay. Well, then we don't have to worry about the other two then.
I disagree with you though. I also don't like Body Count, but I really like Dress On.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know what it is. I just kind of got to them, and to me they were boring.
Though they're not anything new.
Yes.
And I think that's why he omitted them from the original one. I think he felt like he already had the feel of those in the album, and it's all good. I was happy to get Dress On as a bonus.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That song just gets me in a good mood.
I actually had never heard those songs until we did this.
Really?
I don't know why. I really have no idea why I never heard those two. But as I was listening to these, and same with like the last time, I listened to this album 2 or 3, 4 times before I did it. And like this morning, I was just kind of doing a quick run through of all the songs, and I just completely skipped those two. I was like, no, I don't like these ones.
Yeah.
I don't know why they never grew on me.
Well, that's the beauty of music is everybody has different tastes.
Yeah.
And so it's cool when people can come together and they all like something and experience that at the same time.
Yeah.
And they can experience it differently.
Yeah.
I can really love a song because the lyrics speak to me in a way.
Yeah.
And you could love a song because it has a guitar solo in the middle. But we're still coming together as human beings in this moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my wisdom. I'm
right.
following my rant.
Yeah, no, hey, I approve of it. And if you're going to get your rant earlier, I brought up Lord as like, you're going to turn on 107.7 and hear Lord. I have nothing against Lord. I actually got free tickets to see her one time up in Seattle. And I had no expectations going in. I was like, I know her songs, but I wasn't sure. I was like, I'm not sure what you are going to get at a Lord concert.
Right.
And obviously I had no expectations, but if I did, they absolutely exceeded them. She was an awesome person. Like, she had such like the most humble moment on stage where she just kind of sat down at the front. She had backup dancers. They were incredible. They did some amazing choreography.
Backup dancers?
Yeah, she had backup dancers. And
did she have full band? Full accompaniment band, like drum set, guitar, bass?
No, just I think she had 5 or 6 dancers. And
nice.
They had like stuff that they would dance on that would move on the stage as they were dancing in them, like really freaking cool. But she had this moment on stage. This was at Key Arena, and she sits down just at the very front. Stage lights on her. No one else is on the stage, and she goes, "I remember last time I was up here. I can't remember what exact venue it was, but she goes, I was playing. It might have been like the Crocodile. And she was like,
nice.
I played there for 200 people, and she goes, and now here I am playing at a packed, full, committed, like sold out Key Arena.
Yeah.
And she was just like, thank you so much. It was just so like humble and like adorable to see.
Right.
And just an artist, you never really get to see an artist on that stage of their transition to kind of being small to big. Usually when you go see them, they're already up there, and to them it's just another day. Yeah. And so for her to sit down and do that, I was just like, you got a little soft spot in my heart.
No, totally.
So I just wanted to say, I know Lord's one of our 4 subscribers right now, and I know she's obviously got the notification that this is posted, and I want to say I do like you. I wasn't trying to trash her.
Well, and I want to make that clear. I'm not saying any of those songs are bad or those artists are bad. I'm saying radio. If you're gonna say you're a certain radio station, then play fucking alternative new music discovery. Don't play top 40. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
That's all I'm saying. Anyways.
I think that's our show.
Yeah. This could be our last video.
Yeah.
Lord might shut the channel down.
Oh, we're canceled.
But we love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You can reach out to us at thephantommayonnaise@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or leave us a comment on any of the videos. We're happy to talk about it on the channel if you ask us a question in there. We have had some people mention new albums for us to review at some point. So we'll definitely take those under consideration and see what we can do. But thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you. Have a good Mayo day. So much for a 15-minute video.
Next time on the Phantom Mayonnaise.
Well, we're going to hand Big Ben his cheating ass
a fucking beatdown.